Get started. Oh, there we go. Hold on. YouTube said we're live, but I don't see it. There we go. All righty. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Everscale Community Call number 82. We have some really good stuff coming your way. We also have one presentation that had to be postponed from last week, but they're back to present this week, which I think you're going to find very interesting. But before we get to that, let me do my regular spiel, sort of lay out the groundwork for the call. Please turn your cameras on. Please save your questions until each presenter is finished. And yes, and please do use the raise your hand feature in Zoom to ask a question. And for the folks joining us through YouTube, hi, welcome. Please write any questions that you have in the comments section, and we will get to you at the very, very end. All right, we have we have a ton of stuff to get through today, so I'm not going to waste any time. Let's start like we usually do with technical information. So Mita, if you would kindly take a break from work and get us going, that would be great.
Yeah, hi. I need a screen sharing feature.
I think you could just go ahead and do it.
Oh yeah, I can do it. Yeah. All right, so so this is like the this is the versions of this software we're running right now on the network. Apparently we see quite a lot of them, which is unfortunate. Even in the master chain, we have 3 versions running right now. And these are versions of the C++ nodes. So we cannot really migrate to Rust like that, guys. And the thing is that we need to first of all make sure that the main network is running more or less the same, and importantly the latest version of the software, and that is number 7. You see here number 13. This is the Rust network. So Rust network currently is on average 239 of the whole network, but we are not moving ahead right now simply because there's this zoo of different software versions. By the way, the version 8 is just some. It's not our version of the software, it's someone else's version. There are several validators that were running on number 8 software version. We don't know what the hell that is. It can be just anything. Fortunately, there's not a lot of validators, 0.069 of the, on average. So it's not that critical, but it's an indication that we have some actor in the network that is tweaking the software. Now, but nevertheless, apart from this, which is like statistically not important, the versions 5, 6, and 7 need to be like homologized, be homologized, and so we will reach out today to all sorts of people, validators, to please upgrade your C++ node to the latest version of the C++ nodes, which includes certain fixes, and without which we're not going to move to Rust, because that might create some incompatibility issues with a specially prepared, crafted Rust version. So we need to wait until the version 7 will take the majority of like what currently is version 6, of the network, from which point we will ask you to upgrade your validators to Rust nodes. Now, the upgrade itself is described in a special document that's being shared with the partners and some selected validators. We will share that. We got the feedback, and today I'm going to share this document with the community. Now, you will need to have additional machine ready, because you cannot switch just the machine that you're running with a C++ validator to Rust. You need to take the Rust validator and run it in parallel. The hardware requirements for the Rust validator is larger, more than the C++ validator, not because the Rust validator consumes more resources. Actually, it does not. In the current version of Rust, the resources are on par or even better sometimes than the C++ nodes. But because we will introduce some load to the network, which will increase the state then quite quickly, and I'm talking about mainnet, then we will need the validators hardware requirements to be accordingly ready for that. So you will have to have this new node set up. You will have to be run this node. You will have to synchronize it, run it. You will have to participate in the election on certain points with the same keys, and only after the election switches the node to the Rust validator, you will need to switch off the C++ node, and then you may dispatch it. Now, I hope we can finish all that by the end of the week. So our goal is quite ambitious in terms of switching, but it's up to you now. We cannot, obviously, we cannot force you to do that. So if you want our network to run on the Rust node, you need to step up and do your stuff. Mainly, order new machines, put the software there, synchronize it, run it, and so on. So that's the status of that part. And the C++ upgrade is critically important for us to even continue this upgrading this number to higher numbers. On another front, I have released a white paper. We'll put it in the channels now. It's in a prettified LaTeX format, and it's down to 49 pages, fortunately. So I took some stuff out. It's Everscale Rebranding. It's even the TVM now called ESVM, and stuff like that. There are certain things that I have redacted out of white paper, such as any notion of subgovernance is deprecated from here, and some other less important things, or some technical, small technical things. And also, it's now the paragraphs are numbered. There are people in the community who asked me to do that. So the quotation of the white paper is easily done. Well, that's it. I will share this. I already shared it with the government group, which will share it on the forum, the latest version. And that's it from me, I guess.
Thank you, Mitya. Okay, does anybody have any questions for Mitya? No? Okay. All right, let's move on then. Thank you very much, Mitya. Okay. A lot of people have been waiting for this, so let's get into it. I know we've been in rebranding mode for quite some time. Obviously, everybody's been talking about it. A lot of people offered their logo ideas in the chats, and I have to say, some of them were really impressive. They were really good. But what we have now finally is a comprehensive rebranding proposal. This was done by I guess, Team Nikita, I'll say. But more importantly, when I say comprehensive, what I mean is it's it's not just a logo, right? It's the entire concept, the entire brand concept, which is a very important distinction to make. It's important to understand that a logo in and of itself is not going to rebrand anything. There has to be some much deeper thought that, to be put behind it. And this is, from what I understand, this is the first full presentation that we have for something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and sort of hand things over to Nikita, and he'll explain it in better detail for everybody. So Nikita, if you're ready, you can go ahead.
Thank you, Ron. Do you hear me? Does my microphone work?
We do, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Ron. Actually, my bad that I jumped in at the last minute, and thank you, Ron, for letting me speak out today. So I first of all have to start. It was an effort that was done mostly by DeFi Alliance. I'm now just a speaker because I usually lead these kind of stuff in DeFi Alliance, but it's not Team Nikita, it's Team DeFi Alliance, and a lot of people have been working on it. And actually, with all these versions of the logos and different stuff that was sent to, for example, to us, and we've seen all along the way. Actually, we're gonna use one of the logos to rebrand the DeFi Alliance. That actually was not used to rebrand the network. So, all the quality works that was sent, that we collected along the way, all were that was sent to Bloxos because Sergey funded a contest basically by himself, just to support the community. I think that all the works that are worth something could be actually used. So that just an overview. So I just wanted to say that we really needed something really comprehensive. So basically, we didn't need just a logo. We needed like a system of thought, a system of how a system that can be used in our not just our UI, website or somewhere else. It's a system that could be used in our marketing, something that can be used uniquely. I mean, something that can be used, and the person, the user that got this, got in touch with our marketing, understood that it's uniquely us. So I'll be presenting this. I'll have to share my screen if I may.
Yep, you can go ahead. Yep, we'd love to see it.
Do you see it? Yeah. So we actually invited 5 teams to help us with the rebranding, and we settled down with a version of one team called Cultura. It's a small agency from New York that has a couple of red dot awards and all that kind of stuff that marketing people like to show off about. We've just to prevent all these questions about people want details and people want materials. I will share all the materials afterwards. We will create a Medium article on Everscale Medium account that will explain all this stuff. People can see all the artifacts, and soon people will be able to download all the brand kit and all the logos and everything in the format that they should. So the main idea is I'm actually about rebranding, and Ron know that there was a lot of fighting around the wording, and the reason why we settled down with Everscale is because the scalability actually is the main feature of our network. We are not fighting around other parameters, but the scalability, the horizontal scalability, is what we care about. And we try to think that scalability is, multiplying something infinitely, and scalability can be seen like the rectangles that can be seen on our screen, but scalability in visual form can be seen in perspective if it is seen by a person. And this concept, we found this concept very cool. And we started to try to develop this kind of vision and this kind of idea. And we even took the word scalable or scalability, try to scale it. And basically, we ended up with something that is so like a lot of elements that look alike but stand in a row that can be seen in perspective. And after that, we've tried to conceptualize it in icon format, and we figure out this form, rectangles that can be scaled. Um, and this turned out to be our concept of a logo with the wording. So we find it quite cool because it's an arrow that's pointed up and right that usually symbolizes growth. And we think that it's quite versatile and can be used in different situations. I'll show you later. And if you see this arrow in simplistic form, you can turn it around any way you like. And if this arrow is pointed down, you can see that it loosely resembles a crystal. So it also quite a perk that was found by our team. Found it really cool. So we think that this concept can be used, and I'll show you how later, in different marketing and UI formats. First of all, about the UI format is just an example how can this stuff be implemented. It's not a logo of real products and projects. It's just an idea how this can be used in different circumstances and different products. Just the idea that this is a versatile concept. So again, a logo can be used in a badge format that can be used, for example, in sites like Web Market Cap. And this is seen that even in the small scale, it's actually, if you see that our logo is here, is found in this, not in a circle, but in this like eight like two squares put in one another. So you can see that this logo can be seen in a small format, and also like compared to other logos around, you see. But I like it very much, but I see you can how much better than it looks than the ones that are around. Of course, it's placed 900 292, but anyway. So about the color palette, we like, I think that the idea of the color palette is here on the screen. It can be described in different ways. I like to describe it as the colors that you see in the sky at dawn, from hot orange and hot yellow to cold purple to cold blue. And again, we found that it can be very useful in terms of creating like UI and UX. And this is a representation of a banner that could be used that uses this concept. And I think that it looks pretty cool in terms of, so it's just an example of usage of the logo and the concept, that a lot of types of pictures and graphics that can be created using this method or this concept. For example, other types of interfaces, black and white, with one color with other colors. And actually, you see on the top left, you see purple logo. On the bottom left, you see black and white logo. And the right, you see like a rainbow logo. And actually, if you have seen that what Google does with this logo, so Google has its own logo, but sometimes they make doodles that basically modifies its logo because of some event or some stuff. So actually, this also can be done in our case. I mean, it's just an example what can be done if you want to. Here you can see how this concept can be implemented in terms of like banners. Again, just an idea that any picture can be basically scaled, and after you scale it, you can be attributed uniquely to us. Here now you can see like an example of how a chess NFT launch press release could be seen using this picture. and even a picture of a person can be also scaled and could look quite cool. And again, that could be uniquely attributed to us. So this is another type of idea that can be used. The text is just a text. I mean, it doesn't refer to us directly because it's shares of stock of the company. But anyway, it can be shown that it shows that this color palette could also be used in some comparison format. And again, from my point of view, it looks quite cool. This is again a peek of the idea of interfaces we can see in the future. And again, I think it looks quite futuristic. It looks quite cool. And the main thing that it shows that the purple color of the logo doesn't represent that everything we see around on the interface should be purple. But it could be any color of our palette or even black and white. But again, I think that the main idea of trying to stand out among others, and I think that shows here that we can do it very good. So basically, that's it. I promised Ron I'll keep it short. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them. I will make sure that all these materials are shared with the community, and soon we will release. Soon, I mean maybe like tomorrow, we will release a Medium article that will basically show all the artifacts that led to this concept and the thought process of the team, so everybody can look at it and understand that it's not just we made up an arrow. The team made up an arrow. We just like arrows, and that's why we propose to make it the logo of the Everscale blockchain. But there's some thought process into it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nikita. Excellent presentation. Really appreciate it. We do have a few questions. So let's see. Let's first go to Darkwing. You have your hand up.
Cannot not to say that the purple is in Triton and Everscale for me.
Connection.
Because we have.
State again, please.
Just a little joke. No, I cannot not to say that the purple is the main color for.
Your connection is a little choppy there.
I think that Darkwing may say that the purple is the main color of Solana. We thought about it. We have a comparison of the purple we have and the purple they have in Solana. It's different kind of purple. They have like warm purple because they have purple with green. They have warm purple and green, which is cold, and we have a cold purple. So different kinds of purples. If people want comparisons, we actually have this material, so everything is sorted out. And this bluish purplish color is quite popular in crypto anyway. So that's not very easy to find our own color that haven't been used by anyone. But
yes,
anyway.
Hear me now.
Darkwing, your connection is not great.
Just a second. I will just a second. And now.
Much better.
Okay, I just want to say that the purple color is very important for me, and it's my color in Everscale due to Darkwing Duck avatar. And by the way, we have already used, for example, in Instagram, we have already used everything in purple style. From this point of view, from this side, I like it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your comment. We have a question from Joanne. She had to run off the call to another meeting, but she did leave two questions. So the first is, will the community be able to vote on the final logo?
As actually maybe a couple of months ago, Ron, we had not an argument, but we had a discussion about how should we have an official logo, and I said that we can vote for an official logo, and the community votes for it. That'd be it. So we like our idea was to make it a proposal and to make it vote as we usually do. And of course, like,
Yes.
I mean, yes.
Yes, of course. How can we do it any other way? And the second question is the current logo, and this is Joanne's opinion, of course. The current logo reminds me of Accenture and also the Telegram logo. Has there been any discussion about how to perhaps make it more unique?
Again, as you know that you know, all the simple logos represent something, and actually along the way I've found at least like 5 or 6 logos that I really like, that almost identically represents some other existing companies. I know Accenture's logo very well, and I mean, of course, it looks more or less similar than other logos, but again, I don't see it as much of a problem. So I don't see like such a striking resemblance as people say that. And again, the problem is, as I told you guys before, the problem is not just with the logo; it's with the concept and with the system of thought that can be used. And actually, I mean, if it's not just this exact same logo as any other famous company, I don't think actually is a problem. It's the main thing is that we should be talking about the good stuff that we do left and right, and people should see these materials and understand that this is uniquely us. That's for me, it's the main thing. Again, I don't see that there's much of a resemblance, but I mean, it's, again, my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Nikita. We have another question from Vlad. Vlad, please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Do you hear me?
We do.
So actually, I want to say that it's not a question actually, but maybe a few comments about this logo, because I personally like it very much. So why? Because it's really scalable in terms of how you can apply this. So this whole graphical system, and not just only the logo, allows you to create on one side very simple yet very elegant design stuff. So starting from different logos of products and illustrations and different guides for Everscale materials. So anything that you need, so you can do it with yourself without the need to go to some skilled designers or whatever. So, and this brand book, so why I really bought it, let me say like this. So it was that anyone can use it to produce the, well, materials that will stay in line with the positioning of the network, and that's why I think that such a simple concept. So although it's well, I personally didn't see that it resembles of Telegram, frankly speaking, but for me it's kind of the pure concept of scaling. And also you can imagine a lot of different symbols coming from it, starting from different emoji or something like this, that you can use to signify different items from the network, like for example Ever coin.
Thank you, Vlad. Thank you very much for that. And we have and I tend to agree, actually. Just sorry, I have to inject my personal self. How can I do that and not do that? We also have a question from Nam. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly for the first time. Nam, correct? Please go ahead. Nam? You can't unmute. Okay, let me see if I can do it for you.
It's Noam.
No, it isn't, actually. I was corrected by him. It's Nam. It's pronounced Nam.
I know how it's pronounced.
I was going to say, you led me down a false path here the other week as well, Ron. So
he's saying Mita is right. Then why did you correct me? He literally said
it's a Hebrew name. You pronounce it Noam.
He literally sent me a Google whatever that is, the voice thing of how to, and it says
It's because you cannot pronounce anything right because you're English. You know, it's like
not English. I'm American.
it's the same thing.
Don't make that
It's
mistake.
it's the
Not the
same
same thing. Not the same at all.
In terms of not being able to pronounce
all right,
any
we're
other
done.
language
We're
other than
done.
English, it's absolutely the same.
I know how to say hola.
We only speak ABC.
Exactly.
All right. Anyway, Noam cannot unmute, and I tried unmuting him, and
maybe Noam can print in the chat, and you will ask his question.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah. Noam, Mr. N, print your type your question, and I'll make sure to ask
now
it.
I can. Now I
Yeah.
can.
Oh, there you are. Okay, great.
Yeah. So I liked the path you took from scalability to duplication of things and making them bigger. But on the process of simplifying the logo, I think we pretty much ended up with an arrow, nothing more. And that's kind of troubles me. Is it possible to, make the scalability part more pronounced a little? Maybe split that into 3 parts or something, because right now all we have is an arrow. It unless you really try, you wouldn't even notice it's 3-dimensional. So
Actually, it's a good question. We try to, not just we, a lot of teams. I said we initially had 5 teams working on the logo from our side. First of all, the logo of a blockchain should be simple enough to be seen and distinguished in a very, very small format when you browse CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, first of all. So if it has a lot of small elements, it usually will look like, not very good. It's the first thing. If we need to somehow, show the scalability in some more major marketing format, we can, again, if you see my screen, this picture resembles scalability in my part. This one, this one, and even these examples of banners also resemble scalability. So it doesn't, I think it shouldn't, there's no need to, the scalability be everywhere in the logo and here and there, because again, we needed to make a balance between something simple and something thoughtful, and something can be useful in a lot of formats. And again, as I started, a logo of a blockchain should be very, very, very simple, because it can be seen on something big like big banner, or it should be seen on something very small like CoinMarketCap logo, or a ticker, or a pictogram in the trading terminal of a crypto exchange. So again, I do not believe there is a single logo on Earth, even theoretically, that can satisfy even 10 people. I'm not even talking about a community as big as ours, but I really believe that it's really good and useful in the place we are now. I really believe that. But again, I hear everybody's opinion, and we can try to do and modify it in the future, somehow add new elements and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't mean we carve it in stone and live it with it for another 5,000 years. But again, thank you for your question. Actually, we thought about it.
Thank you, Nikita. Thank you, Noam. Alexander, you have a question?
Don't want to take too much time. It's a comment also. I don't consider myself to be a big expert on branding and visualization, so I will refrain from commenting the arrow, although I kind of do like it overall. What I do like, of course, is the design framework, the scalability framework, which is partially seen on this screen, and that Nikita showed on the other screens. So we can try to, in visualization, to bring the scalability point all the way. And yeah, so that's personally my 2 cents on the framework.
Thank you, Alexander. Thank you.
Thank you. We do have some questions from YouTube, but unfortunately, we're going to get to your questions. Nikita, don't run away. I'm going to ask those questions at the end. But we do have to move on because we do have several more presentations, and I don't want this to turn into a 2-hour call. So anyway, thank you, Nikita. Thank you very much for your presentation. And now we have Anastasia from Cefion to talk about their project. And if you recall, they were meant to present last week, but we had some technical issues. So Anastasia's back, and I think we're ready to go with we do have to move on with the Cefion presentation. So Anastasia, if you're ready, please go ahead. Anyway, thank you, Nikita. Thank you very much for your presentation. We can hear an echo. Now we have Anastasia. You know what? If you mute, are you on YouTube as well? No, okay, because now the echo is gone.
No, it's impossible to do from the laptop microphone. You have to do like normal sound. It's not. It doesn't work like that. I mean, nobody can hear you. I'm sorry, but this is like not feasible technically, and you have a lot of no background noise. So I think anyone who presents should find a quiet room with a normal microphone, normal headphones before you do the presentation. I'm sorry, this is really annoying me because I hate this sounds problems. Sorry.
Anastasia, would you be willing to go somewhere more quiet and try again? We'll switch. We'll move on to the next presentation and bring you back for the next one. Are you able to find a more quiet spot?
You just need headphones, really. That should suffice and cut the background noise.
Exactly.
Pair standard.
Yeah, $20.
No, you need headphones.
Then you have a problem with the microphone then. Ron, I think we should move on because it's
yeah, let's see if you can fix your technical difficulties and no name, just ping me and DM. Let me know when you guys are ready, okay? We're going to move on to the next one. Okay, so there is a what I think is a very, very important project called the Everscale Incubator. Now, the gentleman that's going to be presenting, his name is Ilya, but he would kindly ask everybody to just have a little bit of patience with this presentation because his English is not that great. So we're going to have to give him a little bit of leeway. But the project itself is, we can still hear you.
no more. It's okay.
Yeah. So yes, so please give Ilya a little bit of leeway. He's the most important thing to consider is that the idea is absolutely awesome, but most of all, I think it's long overdue. So Ilya, if you're ready to present, we're ready to listen.
Hi everyone. Before I start, I have a question. Where can I see a brand book?
That's for Nikita. I think he said he's going to give everyone tomorrow, I think, or in the next couple days.
Ron, was that question for me?
Yes.
Yes.
Could you repeat it, please?
He's asking if he can see a brand book.
I mean, what the brand book of Everscale that we're proposing?
Yes. Correct.
Of course.
And when will that be available? You said hopefully tomorrow, or
actually all the types of logos and everything is prepared today, but we will share it in the article tomorrow, so people can download it and use it. And the rest of the brand book will be actually developed in future, and I hope with the help of the community also, because actually we have a lot of users and use cases that should be covered that are not still covered, but we will be working on it for the next couple of months. But the main artifacts are ready today, and I will show them tomorrow.
Okay, Ilya, did that answer your question?
No, but go on. К сожалению, я не могу адекватно сказать на английском то, что вы хотите от меня услышать, и поэтому, к сожалению, я могу сказать все, что нужно на русском языке.
Let's do translation then, guys. We cannot
Okay.
go with Russian. We have to translate.
Yeah. Well, I'll try. Okay.
Как я понимаю, необходимо представить, что такое инкубатор. И если говорить простыми словами, инкубатор – это проект, цель которого – поддержать любые проекты, которые хотят построить что-то, любые свои идеи на блокчейне Everscale.
Okay, so if we're going to talk about an incubator, essentially what we're talking about is an incubator is something that makes it possible for any project to present themselves throughout the Everscale community. Is that about correct?
Correct. Как возникла идея инкубатора? Она возникла просто спонтанно, но была поддержана сообществом и является продуктом и при поддержке сообщества.
The idea of the incubator was kind of a spontaneous idea, but then it got supported by a lot of members in the community. So now it's a full-fledged project.
Основная идея – объединить все знания и все возможности Everscale, такие как информация о разработчиках, информация о фондах, информация об экспертизе и непосредственно самих носителей экспертизы в одном месте.
Basically, the essential goal of the project is to sort of create a one-stop shop for funds and fund managers, developers, experts of all types, so that they have one resource to go to explore all of the different options available on Everscale.
И первым шагом данной инициативы стало создание интервью с авторами проектов. Цель этих интервью – выявить следующие темы. Это цели проекта, достижения проекта, проблемы проекта и потребности проекта. Для того, чтобы, собственно, попытаться как-то решить это и осветить.
So the first step was to create interviews with the project owners in order to understand their goals, their the needs that they address, and basically what the crux and gist of the project intends to accomplish.
На текущий момент прошло уже 2 интервью, одно опубликовано, второе готовится к публикации.
At the moment, there have been 2 interviews. The first is completed. The second is in the process of being publicized. Publication in the publication stage.
Окей, может быть, есть вопросы.
Does anybody have a question?
No questions. I can say a few words on the first interview. As there's Ilya.
That was my first attempt at direct
that was very
translation.
good, by the way. But yeah, go you. I just wanted to say it's a really good project. Obviously, I've been speaking with Ilya through the course of the week and helped them do the interview on Saturday. Fido Safe was the project. It's quite an interesting project. So yeah. They've got a good system going. KWPC has some competition. No, not really.
Yeah, no, I supported the project as well. I was there when it was first being developed, and I think it's a good idea. But the thing is I'm surprised how long it actually took to get to this point, because this is absolutely something we need and needed a long time ago. So Ilya, that's great. Really happy to hear it. If anybody has any questions for Ilya, please. Uno, dos, tres.
Not a question.
No questions. All right, Ilya, thank you very much. Really appreciate your taking the time. All right. Let's see. Okay, we're sort of starting to wind down a little bit. Many of you know that the World Chess Championship took place in Dubai last week.
Taking place.
Oh, taking place. Sorry. Yes, taking place. Well, wait a minute.
Now it's the fourth game now in the works.
Is it? Well, I know that all I know is that I saw that a Russian guy won, and be still my heart was shocked. I saw that, you know, anyway. I like
you don't want to continue to do that. Just
why?
stop commenting.
It was 3 games and 3 draws.
Yeah, stop commenting, please.
Yeah.
On chess.
I see.
Just
Okay,
don't do that.
all right. I'm not a chess geek, so okay. Yes, I'll stop.
We see that.
But I saw that a Russian guy won, though. Or he won something. Anyway.
Ron, can we move on, please?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Not yet? Okay. Oh, Alex, so anyway, you were obviously present because for those who might not, for some odd reason, be aware, we're partnered with the FIDE, and Alex was on site while this was happening. So can you give us some highlights?
Well, first of all, let's check on Anastasia if she has better connection, which I think she kind of changed the location. Let's just touch base because she was supposed to speak first.
Anastasia?
Is it good now?
It's better, yes.
Better.
Okay, so I can start.
Yes.
So, hi everyone. To start presenting our platform, you have to understand and know that security in the mobile digital world is now more relevant than ever. Almost all apps monitor our activities 24 hours a day, providing marketing agencies with detailed data on habits, preferences, time online, and more. This applies even to banal messengers, the main purpose of which is communication and exchange of content. We also do not hesitate to track, collect, and analyze actions for targeting ads. Most interestingly, even messengers such as Telegram and WhatsApp also collect information about users and store it on their own servers, despite the developers' assurances of complete confidentiality. Are you willing to sacrifice your security for a few questionable features? We are not. Our team analyzed the algorithms for collecting information by third-party analytical services and decided to release our own anonymous platform. This name is Cefion. The main idea of the project is communication without borders, names, and contact details, having the entire virtual world in one application, the so-called all-in-one concept. Thanks to blockchain technology, your messages cannot be received even if they're intercepted from the outside. It is possible to catch a message from the stream, but it is pointless because each message is signed with 2 private keys and sent along a chain of virtual channels through random addresses. This ensures the complete anonymity of all chat participants. We can take a closer look at the functionality of the application, which at this stage has already been implemented and is being tested. So we have an app here. Maybe you can see, I can just show you real quick. These are mobile and web versions in which there is profile. So as you can see, there is a profile. Here you fill in only the information that you want to reveal about yourself to other members. Don't want to show your email or phone number, just leave the fields blank. Then you can see news. So as you can see also news here. Customize the sources by tag to liking. Do you like games or high tech? Connect to the best local and global RSS feeds. Read news, articles, and blogs at your convenience. Chat, you can also chat here. As you can see, there is a chat. Chat with friends without limits and share content. Don't worry about anonymity. Messages can only be decrypted on members' devices. Groups and communities. So connect dozens of users to the chat, create communities of interest, discuss activities and hobbies without fear or leaks. Here are groups and communities. P2P exchanger, exchange tokens directly in the application without using the exchange. So here it is. Also wallet, store, receive, and send your tokens inside the application. At this stage of development, 3 types of tokens are available. So as you can see, a wallet, Everscale, Velas, USDT, and Bitcoin, and many more other functions, which we will talk about after the alpha testing of the application. We promise that we will surprise you. Cefion is our way to the digital world without ads, surveillance, and intrusive offers. Communicate without restrictions and censorship. Cefion, install Cefion and dive into the anonymous universe with us. And in order not to drag out time and take it into account the fact that I'm only the speaker of the project, so I do not have all the information about the project, please ask any questions about Cefion. You can ask Everscale in the chat only with the Cefion tag so that the developers can see and be able to answer you, or to private messages, no name C3PO. I will leave all the necessary links under this video. So, or you can just ask all questions in Telegram group, Everscale community. Thank you.
Thank you, Anastasia. Thank you, No Name. But I think I just got a few comments directly. Guys, you got to prepare better. I think I speak for everybody. You know, there's share screen options. There are other options, listening to music in the background while presenting. That's not professional. So thank you, Anastasia. I know you tried. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So everybody go check out Cefion, okay, with a C, C-E-F-I-O-N, and have a look and join. No Name, you have your hand up. Please go ahead. No Name, you have your hand up? Yeah, please go ahead.
No, I guess I just hang up.
Oh, that's your, okay, yeah. Could you put your hand down?
Okay.
Please? Thank you. All right.
Okay.
Ilya, you have a question?
Yes, прошу помочь мне с переводом. Я рекомендую проекту подготовиться лучше, подготовить презентацию, подготовить информацию о проекте и прийти с заявкой на инкубатор. И это самое то место, для которого, собственно, инкубатор и создавался. А со спичем стоит поработать, действительно, музыка на заднем плане, и презентация должна быть, и более информативным посыл, ну, более информативно нужно быть.
Thank you, Ilya. So I'll translate. Basically, Ilya says that the perfect place to actually present this information would be on the Everscale Incubator. But if you could, please prepare a well-designed presentation ahead of time, and it'll be disseminated through the Everscale Incubator to everybody in the community. So that's a great resource that you can use. So please do so. Okay, Alex, tell us about the
Sure. Thank you, Ron.
the chess thing in Dubai.
Yeah, I'll try to be informative and maybe even give a little bit of insight into the world of chess as well. So first of all, a quick reminder, chessnft.com is a joint project of in alliance of Tone Labs and Grand Bazaar team, or IT Gold team. Tone Labs brings, you know, the blockchain understanding, and Grand Bazaar brings the marketplace understanding and the engine itself. And it's basically a revenue share project with FIDE, which is International Chess Federation. Just to highlight, it's the first sports federation to launch their own marketplace. Some of the other ones have been talking about that for months, like FIFA and the Basketball Association and cricket and some of the other ones. But actually, chess folks made it first, and they picked us, Tone Labs plus Grand Bazaar, to execute, to deliver the marketplace. It was done on record timing. The contract was signed at the beginning of October, and the marketplace was up and running basically mid-October, by mid-November. So that's just a quick recap on the project itself. Let me talk a little bit about the world of chess, just to get Ron and maybe some other ones a little bit more educated on what's going on. And then I'll ask about the what's going on with the project itself. So first of all, it's a world championship match between Magnus Carlsen from Norway and Jan Nepomniachtchi from Russia, who won the runner-up competition to be able to do that. It happens one every 2 years. There are 14 games in the match. And if there is a tie, if there is a draw after game 14, there is a tie break. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Currently, we're in game number 4. The first 3 were draws. The first and second was quite dramatic. The third one I thought was a little bit more boring. And currently, we're in the middle of game number 4. We're on move number 28. And if you look at the computer, it actually shows currently 0. It means that it's a draw according to the computer kind of chess computer folks. It's currently looks like a draw again. But let's see, it's still another 10 moves to go. I don't think they would stop before move number 40 when the clock updates by another hour. So FIDE invited some of us, including myself, to obviously participate in the opening ceremony. And I was kind of lucky, given that this is again a FIDE, official FIDE project, to participate in the opening ceremony in the second game and shake hands of Magnus and Jan and the arbiter and basically many other folks. Also gave an interview to one of the commentators. There were 2, Vishy Anand and Anna Muzachuk, the vice chairman from Ukraine in chess. So, and basically me and her presented the project live to the global audience. So quite some exposure. FIDE is very helpful. I mean, they keep tweeting us, they keep making posts, trying to link us up with influencers. But the core message I want to make is that the marketplace is launched. It was launched as a teaser with some rare chess pieces, but now we're in a serious game. Today, a couple of hours ago, the best moments from the first game of Friday were released just a couple of hours ago. So now we're into the real stuff, into the real, valuable content, which only chessnft.com has rights for this content, nobody else, neither chess.com nor any of the other platforms, big platforms like Lichess or Chess24. And we really have to maximize that. So the help we need, we just had a community, leaders call with Ben and Joanne and Roman just before this, is basically everybody's engagement to help engage global community into the Discord chat, and links have been sent before, Telegram chat, just supporting the project, making wow. I don't think we ever had a project which is so real life, not kind of into the geeky blockchain space, but touching real people, chess enthusiasts and just millions of people who watch the game around the world currently as the championship match unfolds. We need to make some noise. Just to give you example, the head of our Indian community, Utsav, is currently talking to the Indian Chess Federation, and it's unfortunate he couldn't join, and to the largest media in chess in India, which has just under 1 million followers, 800,000 followers. And he's talking to them to feature chessnft.com on their media platform, as well as do a match, kind of a quick championship match in the Indian community at large. So we need kind of more of that. I know the African community, I can see John has been looking into this. They made an absolutely fantastic media file just a couple of days ago, which I think was shared in the community resources. But we just need more of that, guys. We have to make this big. This is a truly global project with truly global media exposure, and we either make it exponential or it will be it will just kind of go as a sideway project. So we cannot screw that one up. So the whole purpose of my speech today is whoever can help in whatever capacity with bringing the influencers, bringing the action into Discord and Telegram channels. We need all of that support from everybody. So that's my humble message. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alex. All right, everybody heard the call to action. So let's get on it. Ilya, you have a question?
Yes. Мы, как сообщество разработчиков, активно следим за развитием данного проекта. В частности, мы смотрели альфа-версию бэкэнда о смарт-контрактах. И отсюда возникает вопрос, в какой момент времени, то есть почему изменился акцент на NFT и заброшен проект бэкэнда.
Okay.
Вообще, думаю, да.
Okay, so Ilya is saying that as a member of the developers groups, they've been watching very carefully as to what's going on and how the smart contracts are being developed. And he's asking why the huge accent on NFTs and why, can you repeat the last part?
Why we moved to NFTs versus kind of sticking with the backend? That's a great question.
Backend.
Thank you for that. Thank you very much for that one. Yeah. So quick history on that one, because I think that will be helpful to the community. So recall that about a year ago, there was a partnership proposal from World Chess, which is one of the partners of the International Chess Federation, to do a global kind of chess backend, which has chess ID and some of the other elements. Mitya can comment on that, which is currently still an ongoing project. It has absolutely not been abandoned. And in fact, I think the only reason we got this FIDE contract is because we built actually the backend for the global chess, for world chess. I think it's now the integration is about to be finalized, and it will even be announced in the next few days by World Chess on their website and in media that the first kind of wave of integration that was promised to the community has been finalized. And again, media has more details on that. So basically what has happened from there, maybe months and a half ago, is I'm pretty sure technical folks of FIDE were watching our developments as well with World Chess. And again, World Chess is not related to FIDE. It's a separate commercial organization. And FIDE is non-profit International Chess Federation. There was a tender with a couple of large blockchain players, which I wouldn't mention the names, but trust me, it's tier 1 blockchain platforms out there. And apparently what has happened is it was kind of slow negotiations. It was only 6 weeks before the championship match. And then FIDE approached us, Ton Labs, who were working on the backend, and said, well, guys, we're kind of feeling that we're late here. Can you jump in and deliver something faster than it takes with the global, not global, but with some of the other platforms out there? And you can maybe mention there are not so many platforms who are big in NFTs. And we just decided to give it a shot because the ground bazaar engine was already pretty polished by then. We thought we can just give it a spin to the ground bazaar engine together with them and essentially deliver the platform. And that's what happened. So there are 2 streams happening on parallel now. There is a backend stream with World Chess. There is an NFT stream with International Chess Federation, which obviously gives us much more exposure and kind of user base short term as well. And then maybe at some point there'll be convergence, like FIDE will take the chess ID as well from the backend stack that we develop. But that's the future. Currently there are 2 streams, backend World Chess, not to be announced shortly, integration finalized, and NFT with International Chess Federation. And to be honest, I see nothing wrong with that. I think it's kind of exciting that we now have 2 streams on parallel. I hope that answers your question, Ilya.
Попробую с другой стороны зайти на этот вопрос. Какую... То есть по-другому, сейчас, минуту. Я предполагал, что вот, неважно, как бы, кто представляет шахматы FIDE или World Chess, мы имеем кейс, когда проводятся офлайновые мероприятия спорта. В данном случае шахматы – это спорт и офлайновые мероприятия. И мы присоединяем к этой истории блокчейн, таким образом токенизируем процесс и используем блокчейн по назначению. И в проекте с World Chess это однозначно просматривается. Есть даже решение на этот счет. И не очень очевидно из ответа было, почему мы не можем продолжить это. Потому что в этом есть ценность. Как мне, как техническому специалисту, кажется, именно в этом ценность и раскрытие потенциала Everscale. Если говорить про NFT, то более готовая площадка – это Polygon, OpenSea и Dish там с NFT. А сила Everscale в скорости и возможности делать что-то невероятное и открывающее дорогу другим проектам, таким как КАМАЗ. То есть, соответственно, фактически, извините, задал я вопрос, да, давайте попробуем так зарулить.
The question was like, why, Ilya, I don't know if you understood my answer. Nobody's giving up on the backend. It's two completely parallel streams. One is World Chess backend. It's happening. It's
Yeah,
not.
I totally agree with you, by the way. I just think that one does not preclude the other. Like, again, the core team of Ton Labs, believe me, nobody is doing any NFTs. Like, no core team member in Ton Labs doing NFTs. We are totally concentrated, like the Ton Labs team is totally concentrated on the platform itself. And if we're talking about applications on this platform, it's applications like Flex, which you simply cannot do on any other platform, which where we can really show the scalability and the speeds that we can achieve, really push the capabilities of the blockchain in general forward. So, and if we're talking about interfaces like Surf, again, that's why Surf is leading the way on supporting the bots and other decentralized interface technologies, is to push the platform and its technological abilities, because that's what makes the project in the longer run, as established leader in technology. I totally agree with you on that. And if we won't do that, if we abandon doing that, then nobody will need Everscale, because there are, thousands of blockchain platforms where you can make NFTs. So I'm totally agree with you. But from another perspective, there are simple things that need to be done, simply because if you don't do them, then, if you don't do DeFi and if you don't do NFTs today, because of then the money are not flowing. And if the money are not flowing, then there will be simply no money to continue developing Everscale platform. We need the money, right? And from that perspective, we need to create end user applications that, then could be kind of capitalized. And it's kind of, you understand that. So you just cannot sit in you can sit in a garage and create the research or prototypes of the, whatever processor you can create. But unless and until you put this processor in the computers and you don't put these computers in front of users, nobody will use your processor. And you simply won't be able to develop any new processors because you won't have money, because it takes money. To be able to push the development of the backend, we need the funding as well. And the funding comes from when we sell these processors. And to sell these processors, we need the Microsoft Word. If the computer wouldn't be selling if there wouldn't be Microsoft Word and Office application on it. So someone need to develop Office application, despite the fact that Office application does not really showing off all the capabilities of the parallelized multi-threaded, x86 processor, maybe, because the games are, but the games wouldn't be there if the Microsoft Office would not be there, because without Microsoft Office, no PC would be ever sold to start from. So you have this, balance that you need to keep. So think of NFTs and think of DeFi. DeFi is a little bit different story, but think of DeFi and think of NFTs like the game and the office software of the PC in like 80s. I think like that.
Yep. Thank you, Mitya. Makes
market product,
sense.
product that's marketable. Unless you have a product that people can use, nobody's going to become interested. The money won't flow. So I think that kind of encapsulates it.
Repeat myself.
Short. I just said it in a half a sentence. It took me 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Did that answer your question, Ilya?
Ilya, if this is not enough, you can take it offline with myself or Mitya separately. Let's just take it offline, because you're making a good point. Yeah.
I think we can skip it.
Okay.
Go on.
Okay, Ilya, thank you so much, and thank you for contributing. And come more often. We need more people that contribute to our community and to our community calls. Thank you for coming today. I really appreciate it. It was very interesting. Well, look. Okay. Let's end on a high note. What kind of call would it be without the smoothest bits of them all? Ben's Bits, signed for your pleasure.
Smoothest bits of them all. That's I like it. Right, so let's make this quick. I know it's been quite late. So this week I did a podcast with Mr. Mark Feldman, which is separate from shitcoins and all that, talking all about Web3 and Web3. It's going to be very cool, aimed at an external audience, but hopefully a nice angle for obviously Everscale in there. Never mind the shitcoins, we're coming to the end of Series 2. Oh, already. We've done 10 episodes for Series 2. The 2nd of December will be the last one. It's going to be really cool, really cool. Amongst other things, I've got a beatboxer coming on there. Well, touch wood. We've got some guy who actually does like proper beatboxing, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
I bet I know who that is.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, if we have a mutual connection, you'll have to message me, but I'm trying to keep it a little bit enigmatic, but it's going to be a very, very cool episode. Yes, though, moving away from podcasts, Roman and the Web3 army. A little birdie tells me, a little rumor, says that maybe good old Roman Claus might have a little sack for the Web3 army, gifts and presents and a little bit of Christmas fun. So if you haven't joined the Web3 army and aren't taking part in this, again, we need to spread the word, get a bit of awareness between us, and hey, it's a bit of fun, isn't it? It's Christmas. Let's join in. Show a bit of community spirit in the festive season or something like that. And on the note of community, Discord. So there's been a couple of links which have been posted here and there. But yeah, I mean, just to make it kind of informally formal, let's start moving over there. The server is ready. Roman's going to post a big announcement around the news channels and that kind of thing. But the benefits are really obvious. Like Telegram, just my opinion, but it seems to be losing quite a fair old bit of market share anyway. It's very hard to keep track of the separate conversations. As a community, we're all very divided amongst different Telegram groups. It's like a conversation here, a conversation there. And Discord can really bring us all together. So, it's a hub. We need a hub of our community, a central place where, the lion's share of people are going to be. Obviously, there'll still be options for Telegram, not going to, close everything down with an iron fist. But personally, I'm going to be whittling my time more and more away from Telegram over to Discord over the next few weeks. And I would love you all to join me. Yeah. That's pretty much it for my bits this week. Just a nice short and efficient one. Podcasts, Web3 Army, Discord. Boom.
Mic drop. Awesome. Thank you. All right, let's quickly go to YouTube. We have a bunch of questions there or comments. So I'm just going to run through them as quickly as I can. Will the logo be shown today? It was shown. A presentation for a proposal was shown. Unfortunately, YouTube, for some reason, has all my R's blocked out in orange. I don't know what that is, so it's a little hard to read, but I'm going to try my best. A brand presentation proposal will be shown today. Yes, it was shown. Oh, that was actually me replying. That's how confusing this is right now. I don't know if anybody else is seeing what I'm seeing. Nice designs, I think. Thank you. That goes to Nikita. The guy from the community at GLAZLK made an interesting version of the logo. Okay. Why Everscale with a lower R letter in the logo with a lower R? Okay. Lowercase r. I don't know. Is Nikita still with us?
Yes, I am. I mean, in terms of the logo with the wording.
I have to assume that's what he means. Yeah.
Because just the designer thought that it would be a good idea, and people around thought to agree with the designer. I don't know. Actually, the font of the text near the logo was, there was like a lot of different variants and a lot of different fonts, and the bold ones and and thin ones. And so, I mean, again, as I told before, there isn't a font or a logo in the world or anything in the world that can satisfy even 10 or 15 people, let alone a whole community. So what we need is just to move forward, and because the market is moving, we have to keep up with it. So that's actually the main thing I wanted to put across. But again, just because the designer thought it was cool.
And there's a few more for you. I mean, they're pretty much all for you. Somebody says the sharp edges are awful. Well, okay. I mean, it's easy to critique. Why don't you make your own proposal, make your version? Questions for Nikita. Is it possible to make a 3D variant logo to use in high resolution screens?
We actually we're gonna do if the community needs a 3D logo on super high resolution screens, we're gonna for sure do it. And actually, maybe we can even use the help of the community, as as we have a design scheme already, like design framework. So if the community needs it, of course we will do it, a 3D and a 4D logo, anything they want.
Also asking, what about a symbol for the token? So I think Anne is basically saying the ticker logo.
Yeah. The symbol for the token. Again, we will have a zip file of all the brand kit items as seen on, for example, the Solana website. You can just download it as an archive with all the logos and everything. We will have the same thing, so any product can implement it and use it. Everything will be in the archive. And the color version, the black and white version, the black and white, white and black, and anything people want.
Thank you. Next question is in 3 parts, I see. So good afternoon, gentlemen and ladies. Glad to see you all. I would like to ask, why do you think the logo is memorable? I've seen many different logos like Uniswap, Balancer, and other projects. All of their logos are memorable and were made by professionals. Such a logo with a standard font. The background, which is shown in the first image, is a Google search, is absolutely unprofessional approach. All right. Okay. All right. I mean, it's a comment, and we have to respect. We have to respect it.
Of course, I can answer it. First of all, there's a debate of whether a logo should use a proprietary font on some font that we're going to use in the interface. Actually, it's an interesting. We had internal discussion about that, and there's a line of thought that the design of the logo, I mean, the font of the logo should represent somehow the font that will be used in the UIs. The second thing, there are a lot of projects that have like super generic logos, and they feel just fine. The chain link logo is the most generic of them all, and it doesn't, I mean, they were billions. Avalanche, Ripple, I don't know, Polygon, and the Sandbox actually just a letter S, and Near has just an infinity loop, and that, I mean, millions of projects have these kind of logos, and they don't bother because, like, I mean, it's not a problem. Some projects like Polkadot had their own proprietary P with the dot and the pink color. And actually, if I was the person that was responsible for the logo in Polkadot, I would never ever approve such kind of logo. But again, it works fine for them. They were billions again. So I mean, just there's not one right answer for that.
Next question is, why purple? I think we addressed that actually. Somebody else asked that earlier. So if you go back in the video, you'll see that. Next, I'm gonna, okay. Yeah, is Ilya still here? Yeah, he's still here. Says, Ilya is a very boring dude, but very logical and has logical ideas. I support him. Then comes another gentleman who says, or individual says, I support him as well. Says, Ilya understands. Basically, they're saying Ilya is cool. Ilya, you're a popular guy now. Welcome to YouTube. And then, of course, somebody says, Ilya, stop thinking so highly of yourself. Hey, you came to the call. This is what happens. We're all public here. Right. Let me try to. I can't. I don't understand. Isn't it possible to find a better place for a call? It disrespects everybody who's here. I'm sorry, that makes no sense to me. Question about Cefion. Your official channel has more than 100. Do we still have? Yeah, no name is still here. Your official channel has more than 150,000 subscribers. By our analytics, we found them to be fake. Any arguments? No name or Anastasia or somebody? I believe I'm not sure if Anastasia can answer that. No name probably could, but I don't think he's actually on the call, despite the fact that they're using the same account. Why don't you post your question in Telegram to Cefion directly, and they'll answer it. Then can someone what on the Russian, please? Oh, translate. Well, I'm doing my best. Guys, this is I understand, but this is an English speaking call. So, if you come with questions, I'm going to ask you for next time. I'm not going to try to ignore your questions because that's inappropriate, but this is an English only call. So if you can't speak English, get somebody to translate for you. I can't spend everybody's time translating. It's just unrealistic. So I'm afraid, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna be able to answer that. You'll have to use another chat or another call for that. Cefion, could you please show your app in action, not on screenshots? Again, I think Cefion has left the call. If you could, please ask that question to them directly. Let's see. Horrible presentation. This girl had so much time for preparation. This is the second. Listen, okay, shit happens, right? And it just happens. And I think I mentioned that and addressed that on the call. So but there's no need to hurl insults. We're professionals. Let's keep it professional. It would be nice to see Cefion's paper. I'm assuming you mean their white paper or their paper? Yeah, oh, why not? Trying to get through these as quickly as I can. Okay, guys, listen. Yeah, you're going to need to start typing in English. This is not a Russian community call. It's an international call for everybody. you're just going to have to do it in English. I'm sorry. And I understand. And you know me, if you go back through all the calls that we've ever had, I'm very good at answering absolutely everybody. But when there's 50 questions and 90 of them are in Russian, it's not going to be possible to do. So for next time, please prepare your questions ahead of time, or have somebody who is able to write in English. And no strike against Russia. No strike against Russia. But the fact of the matter is we can't do a call with nothing but Russian questions. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to skip over most of these. It looks like there's a lot of just flood. Just a lot of flood. All right. And it looks like there's flood. Guys, so I'm gonna end the Q&A on YouTube right now, plus we're an hour and a half in. So obviously you're welcome to write whatever you want to write when you come on the calls, but if you're going to flood YouTube, we're just not going to answer that. That's not something we're going to do. We're going to need you to either ask questions, or if you want to just go on about your bullshit, then you could do that in the chats. We don't need to do this in YouTube on a community call. With all due respect, I love you all. Don't hate me, but this isn't possible. It's not something we're going to do. So anyway, I wanted to end on a high note. So let's go back to Ben. Ben, thank you so much for doing that. Thank you for Ben's bits. Everybody, thank you for coming today, and we will see you again next week. Same time, same channel. Love you all. Have a great rest of your week. Bye.
Bye-bye.